It's J-Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Okay, it wasn't working. I'm sorry. What's up, everybody? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you all. We're going to talk about Winning Time, episode 10, the season finale. Another great episode. Excellent. Barry, episode 3 for season 3. And also the baby, episode 3. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. If you all are new, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I definitely appreciate it. Now, I'll start off with talking about the baby. This latest episode was pretty good. It showed that the lady that rented her the room in the first episode is now came into her life, and she knows that this baby has been the cause of death for a bunch of people. And so she's trying to talk to her about killing the baby. And so she's been hesitant. We see that she also meets her sister, who she hasn't talked to in a long time. And her sister is trying to get a baby and adopt. And so it's kind of funny that they ain't talked in years pop up. And they both are trying to have a baby. One has a baby now unexpectedly. And the other is trying to adopt. And we see that they have been through a lot of childhood trauma with their mother. And so it was a lot of things going on with that. Before she had came to see her sister, she was at this daycare. And at the daycare, some kids was messing with the baby. She was getting a little upset. She yelled at one of the kids. And her friend's daycare, or whatever the case may be, they ended up asking her to leave. And while she was holding the baby, and one of the women were trying to close the stroller, her finger got chopped off in the stroller. I mean, that was crazy. This baby don't play, boy, I'm telling you. And so while she was there later with her sister trying to do magic tricks to crack the ice. And what ended up happening was, while she was doing one of the magic tricks, the baby was on the floor playing, and the finger was on the floor. So when she threw these little balls out of the little handkerchief or whatever, the lady was picking up one of the balls or something and noticed the finger and picked it up. So they had to try to play it off. And, I mean, it was really crazy what happened with that. Later, back at her house, we see that the woman is now convincing her, the older lady, that she's no different, she's not special, and that eventually the baby's going to come for her and try to kill her. And so that she better take out the baby before the baby takes her out. And so they go back and forth fighting. She grabbed the knife, told her to kill the baby. She had, cold feet. Next thing you know, they going back and forth at it. The doorbell rings. It's her sister. Her sister realized something ain't right. Something's going on. And somehow, some way, she able to get her sister to leave. The lady tells her this is something that needs to be done before it's too late, because the baby was asleep. So she says, why don't you let me kill the baby? So Natasha goes and lets her agree to go and take the baby out. And when they get there, the baby gone. He dipped. So, who knows? Baby don't play. Baby don't play that. So, Bobby. Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Bobby. It's okay, Bobby. If you won't be with that girl, I don't like her. I think she's shit. But if that's who you want to be with, Bobby, it's fine, Bobby. Bobby. Shout out to Kendall with the first super chat of the night. I appreciate you, Kendall, for the super chat. And I got a video. Let's see what I got over here. I gotta change these up. But yeah, I got a video for you. And also, happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers that are, watching and, supporters of the channel. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you guys were celebrated and appreciated. And I'm going to definitely give you a shout out for Mother's Day. So, happy Mother's Day. My camera's froze now. Hold on while it's doing this.
I'm just curious. I saw you shuffling your checks with your right hand. Can you do that with both hands? No. Be a man, don't be a fucking pimp.
Alright, let me get this camera. Hold on, my camera wasn't working right. That video was for Kendall for the super chat. I don't know what just happened with my camera. Hold on. Oh, man. Now it's seeming that my camera's not wanting to work right now for some reason. Let's see. Oh man. I don't know what in the world is going on with this camera. Say it's okay, take my time. I appreciate it, Kendall. Live TV, sometimes it happens this way. I do know one way that I could probably get it to work, but I don't want to have to leave out and come back and start it over. Damn. What I'm supposed to do when you need a picture. Alright, well, I'll put this picture up while I'm trying to get this camera working. That way you don't have to just see the blinking. So anyway, Natasha, her sister Bobby, they were all trying to figure out what to do with this baby. And it seemed that they had having a difficult time trying to decide. She's starting to get attached to the baby. When the lady was trying to tell her to kill the baby, it's just a baby. It's just a baby. And she said, that's not just a baby. That baby is evil. And it will get you too. I love the way they talk. Anyway, we'll see what happens with how it all works out. But we'll see if the baby... I wonder where the baby could have went. Because... when that baby disappeared, I was wondering, like, where in the world did the baby go? He can't walk. You know, he can't walk. He just crawled off and bounced. So I don't understand what could have happened with that baby. But, you know. Hold on. Let me leave and come back, y'all. Let me try something. I hope it don't end the broadcast. Let's see. I'm going to leave and come back because I can't get this camera to work. Let me try one more thing. Sure. Oh, man. Let me try one more thing. Let's see. Then I'm going to give... All right. There we go. There we go. All right. I didn't have to leave. I tried one more option and it worked. Woo. All right. So, this episode was good. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a Moorescore. Let's give it the Moorescore. And then let's move on to Barry. Hey, Barry, it's Hank. It's no ho Hank. How's it Hank? All right, for those that are new, the Moorescore is 4 simple categories, 25 points each category, max score, give you 100. You can always round it down to decimal point to get a score of 1 to 10. So, first category, visuals and cinematography. I like the camera work, top-notch cameras. It's not a cheap-looking show. And they show a lot of good locations, different camera angles. The fight between her and the old lady on the carpet and all of the stuff. When the woman picked up the finger and the look on her face. All of that stuff was excellent. And I think that this is a good episode. And I really love how they depict the baby's face and the baby's facial expressions. They be spot on, man. When they had his baby, the way he looked, I think this baby be having some looks, don't he? He a little actor. So with visuals and cinematography, for this episode, I would give it a 20. It was good, but nothing spectacular. But I do like to see a different country as well. Storyline and plot, it is getting interesting now that they're trying to kill the baby. I'm wondering how far that's going to go. What's up with this older woman? We done met her sister. All of these things going into play. It is making it a little more interesting. And I like this show. I think it's a pretty good show. And I like this episode. I would give it a 20. Also, special effects, makeup, costumes, all of that. It's pretty good. Nothing spectacular for this episode, but overall not bad. I would give it about a 15 for the special effects, makeup, and costume. And then last but not least, entertaining, fun factor. It was entertaining. It had a couple moments made me laugh. Overall, nothing spectacular, but it was decent enough. And I gave it a 20, which gives it a total Moorescore of a 75 for the baby. Episode 3. Okay? I'm typing it in. So, the baby Moorescore for episode 3, 75. Not bad. Nothing spectacular, but it was enjoyable and worth watching. And then, of course, I give a 0.5 margin for discretion. So if you in either direction. So if you want to say it was an 8, that's fine. And if you say it was a 7, I can see that as well. Although I think it's better than a 7. Don't forget to put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. to be entered into this Mother's Day weekend. Well, not weekend. Well, it is Mother's Day weekend, but Mother's Day giveaway, because I do have a Mother's Day giveaway for today. All right. The severed finger blood splatter special effects was the only special effects for the episode, which is why I gave it a little bit, but nothing spectacular. Make a finger and little things, but it was good. I would give it a 7.5. If somebody said an 8, I wouldn't complain. I could see it. I definitely enjoy the show, and I still want to keep watching to see how this story plays out. So I'm still in it. I still like the baby, and I ain't talking about the rapper. All right, now it's time for Barry. All right, we have to get to Barry episode 3. Another good episode. We see that Barry is trying to reconcile with Mr. Cousineau, and he thinks that getting him this part on the show is going to get everything back on track. It's like he's going to forget about the love of his life at this point in his life. Janice has now been murdered because he got a speaking role with a couple of lines on a line or two on the show. And so while he's trying to get that all settled out, it's so crazy because the lines are imitating pretty much what happened to them in real life. Barry's character accidentally was the cause of death for his loved ones, and he's trying to apologize and make things right on the show. And that's just really messed up that he gotta do that with Mr. Cousineau. And that's like really digging in the wound. We also see that Fuchs is over in Europe having a horrible time, but at the same time doesn't want to go back to the U.S. because he's afraid of Barry or what may happen, because Hank and them guys really got him set up as the patsy. We see Cristobal is trying to talk the Bolivians out of trying to hunt down Hank and the crew. They found out that the Bolivians came and shot up the joint, and now they talking about they want to blow him up. The Bolivians tried to kill us. Now we kill them. I make bomb. We go and blow them up with bomb. I do it. I kill all of them. Now it's time suicide mission. Wait, hold on. Let's not do this, okay? Hold on. I call him Barry, all right? I call him Barry. Barry Cole, he's really psycho killer. He really get the job done. I mean, if you really think about it, Cristobal is really like third in command. He really don't do it. We have to find out who really killer here. Who really call it the order, huh? So Hank trying to protect his boo and Cristobal, and his boy is starting to get on to it. First you tell me not to kill Buddy, even though Buddy killed all our bodies at the warehouse. Then you say no, we use a Fuchs because he would be good as Patsy. Now you want to use a body, and you want to put the body back to kill Bolivia? Hank. Hey, it's Hank. It's me. It's Hank. It's no Hank. How is it, Hank? Don't worry. Buddy is totally fine. You can come back. Oh, it is good. You can come back. You can come back to the city now. I love NoHo Hank too. He's killing it. He's like the character that jumps off the screen for this show. NoHo Hank is hilarious. And he really throws that little bit of flavor in the show to keep it going. It's me, it's Hank. How is it, Hank, buddy? Okay, hey, buddy, I just wanted to know, do you want to do this job? I have job. And you take out Bolivians, and, you know, he said, just let me know the job, Hank. And how much does it pay? Okay, great. It's really great, buddy. I'm really happy you wanted the job. Kendall, you said NoHo said Barry killed all the guys at the monastery because he was having I know, right? He was having a bad... No, I mean, he only did that because he was having really bad day. I mean, he's really good guy. He's really good. He's good. I mean, wouldn't you want the psycho killer to do the job instead of having one of us do it? I mean, that's no-brainer. What would Rojas have to say about Barry? Rojas don't play no games. They know Hank. I'm taking Barry out. I got the strap on the guns on the side of these wheels. Rolling thunder, baby. Rojas leaves no man alive to talk. Diamond was lucky. He had an in with the guards. They told him he's a snitch. He said if he come up missing, Rojas did it. But now that he's out, it's adios. Rojas will return for revenge, buddy. Straight up. You say Rojas got a different accent? No, when I did Rojas, I just did the accent of my regular voice, but being upset. So I had to get into the mindset of really being upset and pissed at Diamond every time I see him. And I said, wait until he get out. Then we make the motherfucking call. Bitch! Nah. No, but Rojas, I actually, when I did the audition, I did use an accent. But when we were filming, they said, you don't have to use an accent, just use your regular voice. So I was like, all right, that's cool. And that's what they wanted me to do. When they did it, they wanted me to throw in a couple extra words and ad-lib a little bit. But it's all good. It wasn't that much to say. I mean, it was, 30 seconds. But it was a memorable 30 seconds. And who knows, Rojas is still alive, you know. So you will see him again, hopefully. Business ain't finished, Diamond. Time for me to get that, diamond. New diamond ring, baby. Anyway. So, also, Big Ron, thanks. Don't forget to put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS to be entered into the giveaway for Mother's Day. Alright. Today is Mother's Day. For those that came after the fact, happy Mother's Day. And, I got a giveaway. So, definitely hit in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. Alright. So, Barry, episode 3, season 3 was good. We saw when they were filming the scene and he read his lines, Mr. Cousineau straight cold-cocked his ass, cussed him out, and walked off set, which then continued his reputation of being difficult and doing things unexpectedly he shouldn't be doing while he's on the job. I mean, one of the PAs said he threw hot coffee or hot tea in his face because his omelet had chives in it. All kind of stuff. So, I mean, Mr. Cousineau is a mess before, and he's a wreck now. And I'm wondering, what is he going to do now that he did that? Because Barry said, if we don't make this work, this one and that one go away. I love you, Mr. Cousineau. You love me? Could you say it? You love me? I love you, Barry. Boy, that was the worst I love you saying ever, wasn't it? So, anyway, I agree with you 100%, Kendall. He gonna have to kill him, and he better hurry up, or else he gonna have to kill his son and grandson, because if he speaks and tells them what's going on, Barry gonna have to take him out in order to remain free. He trying to stay with Sally. She got a hit show, and her little co-star that's playing her daughter on the show is getting on my nerves a little bit, because she keep on pressing the issue about how she's scared of Barry because he yelled. Like, come on, grow up. That was a little intense, but you're a kid and you're tweaking out. You one of these new bubble wrap kids that ain't never heard a bad word or somebody get upset or any of that stuff. I mean, at this point, nobody in that area has enough to go off of to think that Barry is a killer. So, I don't know. I think she's getting on my damn nerves. We'll see what happened. And even PA told her, when your boss offers you a ride to the premiere in her limo, you don't refuse. You take it. She talking about no, because she don't want to be by Barry. Barry ain't did nothing to you. He ain't thinking about your little ass. What the hell wrong with you? So, yeah, she's definitely going to be a problem. If she sees or hears anything else, she's going to go and try to report it to HR. She's going to create a big problem for Sally and her job and her career, especially with this show being about an abused woman, battered woman, and everybody thinks she's being strong, and then this little runt gonna go telling people she in a bad, toxic relationship and that she's weak. That's definitely gonna make her look bad. So, we'll see what happens with that, but I'm not sure if I trust her. I'm pretty much leaning 90% towards not trusting her, and that she's going to be a problem. And so I hope she don't wreck the show for Sally and maybe escalate Barry into doing something to her. Who knows? I hope not. All right, time for the Moorescore for Barry, episode 3, season 3. All right, for those who don't know, the Moorescore is 4 simple categories with a 25-point top score, bringing it to a top of 100. You can round it down a decimal point to get the score of 1 to 10, and I leave a 0.5 margin of discretion in either direction. So, visuals and cinematography for Barry, another well-shot show. Great cameras, good angles, and a lot of other things that they got going on. They're not really showing too much extra. We can see Fuchs looking like little boy Blue with the goats or whatever, the little shepherd. But for the most part, it's nothing too spectacular as far as locations go. But it's pretty good, so I would give it the score of a 20. Storyline and plot. The storyline is getting better and more interesting, especially if you have been watching Barry for all 3 seasons. This is the 3rd season. It is interesting to see what he's going to have to do with Mr. Cousineau and what's happening with his career, and Sally and everybody, and his Fuchs going to come back and try to kill him. What's going on with Hank and Cristobal and his crew? I think Hank is going to have to kill the big boy in his crew because he's starting to catch on to Hank. Overall, good episode. Nothing spectacular, but a solid episode. I give it a 20. Special effects and makeup, costumes, pretty much not any special effects this episode. Very good, I guess costumes, because, they ain't really got any costumes, but outfits and things was solid as far as the characters, but nothing special to write home about. So overall, I would give it a 15 for this episode, for that category. And then entertainment, fun factor. It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing the next episode. And I would give it a 20. Okay. Barry comes on HBO Max. It comes on right after Winning Time. Okay. It comes on after Winning Time at 10 o'clock. Okay. And then The Baby comes on at 10:30. All right. So, overall, excellent. Well, not excellent. A solid episode. I give it a 75 for Barry episode 3. Episode 3, Moorescore, 75. All right. So, you can round it up to an 8. Maybe you could say a 7. What would you rate Barry episode 3? I give it a 75. If you say an 8, I can see that. If you say a 7, I really don't think it was a 7, but I can see if you made up some points to get it there. All right. But overall, I liked it. It was very enjoyable. And I like the characters, and I like the direction that this season is going, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. All right. Now, let's get into Winning Time, episode 10, the season finale. So, this was the season finale for Winning Time. One of my favorite shows so far this year. Excellent show, excellent film work, excellent actors, excellent cinematography, excellent storyline. This show is top notch in every aspect. I really mean it. Every episode, excellent. The show is must see. The story, great. And this episode is the first episode that really had a lot of basketball in it. Most episodes was more about everything but the games. They showed some of the episodes, a few clips here or there. This episode starts off with the series tied 2-2 in the NBA Finals, and Kareem hurts his ankle in Game 5, comes back out after getting it taped up and dominates. They win. The Lakers go up 3-2. The first team to win 4 games wins the championship. And for those that didn't know, it's against the Sixers, led by Dr. J. Dr. J's last great year as the star of the Sixers. After that, he did win a championship a few years later, but Moses Malone was the star of that team. So, while we're watching this, we see that Kareem, and truth be told, Kareem was the real MVP of that playoffs, of that season. I mean, Kareem was a dominant force. And his ankle was jacked up bad. And it is one thing, well, I'll say this part first. He came back out in the fourth quarter and dominated. They got the win. But because of his injury, he was out for the rest of the series. But nobody else knew that yet at that moment. Now, one thing that was not accurate about this episode is when they were showing the finals in Game 6 with Magic Johnson, they were showing people watching it live. That was not accurate. That NBA Finals, believe it or not, was on tape delay. The NBA did not have the ratings that it does today, and the finals was on tape delay, meaning the game was not live. So they played the game, but it wasn't broadcast live like games are today. It was recorded, and then after regular TV shows went off, they played it at like 11 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night. And that's when people got to actually watch the game. So when they showed a few people listening to it on the radio, that's how you got to keep up with it live. But as far as watching it, it was not, live. It was on tape delay. So that was inaccurate. But a lot of the things else in that episode was very accurate. The clothes they were wearing, the things that was done, I mean, according to other reports, documentaries and pictures and things that I've seen, just like when at the end Kareem came in with the cowboy hat and that scarf around his neck with the blue jean, he actually was wearing that. He actually was wearing that when he came on the plane. Yeah, but the NBA, every game wasn't televised. And the finals, the championship, wasn't even televised live. So the NBA has came a long way from then. Needless to say, we saw that during this finals, Magic ended up playing center. Now, Jack McKinney ended up giving Coach Westphal his game plan for what he would do in this type of situation. And it turns out it was the same thing when Magic got on the plane saying, "I'm going to play center." And the coach said, okay. And then it turned out to be exactly what McKinney would have did. Needless to say, Magic didn't have the size to go up against 2 7-footers, but his speed and athleticism and playmaking ability wore him out. One thing they don't talk about in this episode is Magic's stat line. He had like 40-something points. I think like 13, 14 rebounds and like 8 or 9 assists. He almost had a triple-double, 7 or 8 assists. I mean, Magic Johnson played his heart out in that game. And they really had a hell of a game. They won that game. It was a great game. And this episode portrayed how good of a game it was, how difficult it was. He got to get at Dr. J, told him there'll always be next games, and just like Doc told him. And so it was really good. Excellent camera work. John C. Reilly is amazing in this show. Amazing. Wood Harris is amazing in this episode and in this show, period. And his portrayal of Spencer Haywood and his addiction and battle with crack cocaine. Now, Spencer Haywood in the last episode talked to his crack dealer and told him he wanted him to kill the Lakers. he wanted to get revenge for them kicking him off the team. So they was going to try to kill all the Lakers. And then he put a pause on it once Kareem got injured because he figured the Lakers was going to give him a call to come back because they needed another big man. But the Lakers didn't want him. And so he was back furious. Probably wanted to kill them all again. But cooler heads prevailed. Savannah says, wasn't there an ABA league too? It was an ABA and an NBA, but the merger happened by this time. So in 1980, there was no more ABA. The NBA and ABA merged already, and so that's why it wasn't an ABA anymore. But it used to be an ABA. Yep. So, you know. Kendall, you say, I like the scene when Magic saw Bird, his mom, and Cookie sitting on the couch and was talking to them, but it was in his head. That was an excellent scene. And the guy playing Magic for a first-time actor did a great job with such a heavy load, pretty much being the star of the show. And he was pretty much battling his inner demons, getting himself worked up for the game. And when he was sitting there talking about Larry Bird, he was upset. Larry Bird was named Rookie of the Year. He felt this should have been him, and he wanted to prove something. Now, David Stern, they know they should have gave that MVP trophy to Kareem, but they gave it to Magic. And he said, well, we got our two best rookies out here. We need to go ahead and put you on the world stage. And that's why, according to this story, I don't know, I can't verify it, and I haven't heard this before, but David Stern wanted to put, you know, Magic Johnson as the NBA MVP because it would elevate him on the same status of Larry Bird as far as notoriety, and they can market both of them as the new up-and-coming NBA league. Now, I do know that they did market the NBA around Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and it was a huge success, and it did revive the NBA. The NBA was known as a bunch of overpaid drug users. It was too black, and it wasn't getting the same amount of sponsors and eyeballs that it gets today. And David Stern cracked down hard, pun intended, on drug use and cleaned the NBA up. David Stern was a genius in marketing, and he changed the NBA. Average salaries rose like 10 times what they were making before, and it was great. Big Ron said Magic had 42 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals and a block. You see what I'm saying? That's pretty much what I was saying. So he had an amazing game, played damn near every minute. And one thing about basketball then is they played in a lot of low tops. One thing Kareem was playing was in low tops. And that's why they shouldn't have low tops in basketball. A lot of people playing in Kobe's now, which are low tops, but you shouldn't play in low tops in basketball. You say, which league integrated first, the ABA or the NBA? Well, the NBA integrated first. It was in existence first. Bill Russell and players, black players, were playing in the 60s. The ABA didn't even form until the 70s. I think at the best, 69. I think the ABA started in the early 70s and was about to go out of business by the mid to late 70s. And then the NBA just absorbed their best teams, like the Pacers and the New Jersey Nets and all that stuff. You know, so Bob McAdoo was a hell of a player. He wasn't on this Lakers team, but he did eventually join the Lakers. But Bob McAdoo was a high-scoring big man, all-star. He in the Hall of Fame. And he was, by the time he came to the Lakers, though, he was old. Same with Spencer Haywood. Old as far as NBA basketball. That means you passed your prime. So, Kendall, you say, yeah, they had Haywood sweaty and strung out all episode. But in the end, Kareem came to check on him and told him that he mattered, a touching moment. That was, and I think Kareem felt a little guilty because he was the deciding vote on him not being on the team. And it kind of sent him in a downward spiral because a lot of times when a person is dealing with addiction, that support system is crucial. And once people cut them off, they got nothing else to live for, nothing else to work for, no reason to clean up. And he felt that he was worthless, and Kareem had to tell him, you a champion. You Spencer Haywood. Your daughter's beautiful. That's a part of you. And, I mean, it was a good moment. It showed Kareem had a heart and wasn't just so focused on basketball. Just like when he was talking to Magic in the car and told him, I'm done for the season, for the series. You got to take this over. Remember, you said, you gave me that hug, said you're going to got 81 more when I told you it's 81 more games left in the season. Well, he said, you owe me one more because I thought before you came that I was done and that I was just going to cash the checks and then get out. But now I'm hungry again. I want to win it. And all of this is true. Magic put the spark back in Kareem. And that first game, how Magic was hugging all on Kareem when he hit that game-winning shot, all of that is true. It's all on video to see. And he did put the spark back in Kareem, and he played damn near another 7-8 years. I think he retired in 88. So, or 89. So, yeah, Kareem, he a legend. And he had a lot of respect, too. A lot of people were worried about getting karate chopped and getting their ass kicked by Kareem. Big Ron, you say also Spence battling his addiction problem also helped the NBA because he was the spokesman because of him beating that addiction. Right. Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, Spencer Haywood was a star. I got a video coming about Spencer Haywood and something a lot of people don't know about him. And, you know, Spencer Haywood was a hell of a player. And he was doing a lot of things a lot of people didn't know about. Like, he's the reason why people are able to go to the NBA straight out of high school. He had to take it to the Supreme Court. And the scoring and rebounding and play, he was just a beast on the court. So, yeah, definitely Spencer Haywood should be remembered more. And he's still alive today. So a lot of people don't realize it, but he's still alive today. So, yeah, definitely a good player. Somebody people should know a little more about. And I think that Wood Harris' portrayal of Spencer Haywood has brought probably a little bit more shine on him and his legacy than before. Although a lot of people probably talking about how he was tweaking and, you know, getting his rock on. He was a rock star. All in all, he was a good player. By the time he was with the Lakers, he was at the end of his road. And pretty much washed up as far as his star days, and smoking crack definitely didn't help preserve his days he had left. But he was no punk, and Spencer Haywood could ball when he was ready. Yep. HEA say Kareem retired 89. Yeah, that's what I said, 89. So, yeah, because the Lakers won back-to-back championships, 87, 88. Yeah. So, yep. So, overall, excellent episode. We saw Jeannie Buss. She thought that her pops was about to give her the job of treasurer that was vacated by her grandma. And he said, I need you to get your brothers and take them around and see what job would be best for them. She thought at first he was going to give her a job. He ended up giving Claire Rothman the job as treasurer. She's still alive right now also. She in her 90s. And I think that Dr. Buss could have been alive still had he not been a chain smoker when he was younger, middle-aged. Because Dr. Buss, boy, he light up a square in a heartbeat, don't he? But overall, we saw Jeannie Buss, and Claire Rothman told her, because she said, I want to be like you. And she said, you'll never be like me. You're going to be him. And at first, she was about to be sad as if she was dissing her. But she like, you won't be me because I'm a worker. You will be the owner. You will be the one running the whole thing. And when Dr. Buss died, he left in place that Jeannie Buss is the owner, basically, of the team. She runs the team. She's the head honcho. And the brothers did have roles in the business. One of them was in charge of personnel, and she had to fire him when the Lakers kept losing and he kept making all these bad signings and trades and stuff. And so they had to fire him. And I know that probably was hard for her to fire her brother, but she had to do it. And so she, to this day, is in charge of the Lakers. She's the head honcho for the Buss organization. And the Buss organization only business is the Lakers. They got out of the real estate game a long time ago. And so the Lakers and all of that is what's in. So, Jeannie Buss is pretty much the main person right now to this day. And so it shows that, according to this show, who knows if this conversation took place unless you hear Jeannie Buss say it. But, according to the show, Claire said you would be him. And it turns out that she did become him. And that's pretty interesting to see that some of this stuff had played out. Overall, this was a very, very, very good episode. I like all the aspects of the episode. Kareem wanted to get back out there and play. Ended up dominating that game on one foot. Magic coming out as a star in that closeout game. David Stern giving him the finals MVP. And Magic, and then you all should see Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's documentary. It's on HBO. It's called A Minority of One. Excellent documentary. Excellent. And he talks about that moment. And he said that Magic offered to give him the trophy. And he said, nah, you keep it. I don't want to have this come between us and our relationship. You go ahead and have that. It's all good. So that's pretty cool that Kareem didn't let that get to him or go to his head or get upset that he ended up getting that finals MVP. Kareem said he told Magic keep the trophy. And Magic is in the documentary. So it's not like it's only one-sided. Like Magic talk about how Kareem used to make him get the orange juice every morning in that documentary and all of that. I mean, it's really good documentary. Kareem, A Minority of One. Excellent documentary. I love documentaries. But that Kareem, A Minority of One, if you want some more of this winning time flavor, check it out. Kareem lived a hell of a life, man. A hell of a life. Man, Kareem life, wow. Amazing. Amazing. And the things he had to go through with Wilt Chamberlain and how he looked up to Wilt, but once Wilt started to see how good he was, started to shitting on him or whatever, man, and Kareem, he didn't like it, but, he dealt with it. Yeah, definitely worth watching. Yeah, definitely check out Kareem, A Minority of One. I'll pull it up on IMDb for everybody to see, because, it definitely is worth watching. I would like to watch it in Discord. You all let me know. Sometimes people like to see stuff, sometimes they don't. I don't know. But definitely is worth watching. Kareem, Minority of One. Let's see. Pull it up over here. Actor. Let's see. Self. Oh, I see he's on the They Call Me Magic documentary that's out right now on what you call it, Apple. I need to watch that. Let's see. That Kareem, Minority of One came out a few years ago too. Think like 17. So, yeah, let's see. Mike. Came out in 15. Excellent documentary. Definitely worth seeing. It's called, Kareem, Minority of One. Talks about his life, career, everything. Breaks it down. Very good. Excellent documentary. Definitely worth watching. Let's see. Came out in 2015. Wow. Time flies, y'all. I watched this when it first came out. I didn't even realize it's been that long. I didn't even realize it's been that long. Damn, this is 7 years old now. So, anyway, I'm going to post the link right here if you all want to check it out. And we'll see. Jocelyn, you say, who would be a great coach for the Lakers now? That's a good one. That's hard to say. It's a lot of good coaches out there. But are you looking for a coach for the future or for the present? Because if they're going to try to win one more championship with LeBron, then they should get a veteran coach that he respects. And I would say maybe I don't know, what's Mark Jackson maybe? I think Mark Jackson would be a good coach. And so that's one off the top of the head they could use. They thinking about somebody that could coach for the next 10, 20 years, then they need to get a younger coach, somebody in their 40s maybe, that can lead this team and grow and be stability for this franchise. So it depends on what's going on. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and give my Moorescore for this last episode for season 1 of Winning Time. All right, for those that are new, the Moorescore is 4 simple categories with a top score of 25 points for each category, added up to 100 overall score. You can round it down a decimal point to get a score of 1 to 10. And of course, I give a 0.5 in either direction for, your own discernment. So, visuals and cinematography, excellent show. I love how they talk to the camera. Dr. Bus talking about the Swan song, the way that this is filmed to look like it's in the late 70s, early 80s camera work. Excellent how they displayed the basketball game and depict all of the characters and the angles and the way it's shot. Top score 25. Excellent show as far as visuals and cinematography. Storyline and plot, excellent. I love how they talked about the real events, gave a couple tidbits of information people may not know. Excellent on the storyline, plot, how they ended up winning their first year. That is a storybook finish. You would think it wasn't real if it didn't happen, because it's some people that buy a team, own a team for 30, 40, 50 years and never win a championship. The Pacers ain't won the NBA championship yet, and they've been in the NBA for 50 years. So some teams never win, and you got the Lakers that put it all together as soon as he got there. Dr. Bus, the greatest team owner in the NBA history, and we see why. So I think this was an excellent storyline plot for this episode and the season as well. I give it top marks of 25. Special effects and makeup, costumes, excellent special effects, makeup, costumes, the hair, the clothes, the way it looked playing the game. Wood Harris smoking crack, cracked out, sweaty, tweaking. Everything was excellent. I give it a 25 for the costumes and the makeup. Not a lot of special effects other than maybe how they made it look like they were playing the games and it was in the 1980 and all of that. But overall, excellent and entertaining. Fun factor, this is a very entertaining episode. I really like this show, and this episode was excellent, and I'm gonna give it a 25, which is one of my highest Moorescores in history. Perfect 100. This episode was great, and I give this a 100. Definitely worth watching. Let me type this in. And this is a great series to watch. And this may be one of my first or definitely few perfect scores of a 100. Or if you take off the decimal point, a perfect 10. If a person said a 9.5, I can't be mad at them. But other than that, it can't go no lower than that to me, because damn, this show is dope. This show is the truth. And although Magic Johnson and Jerry West have come out and said they don't enjoy or think it's a bad show, I could expect them to say some of that. But as far as entertaining, informative, all of everything else in between, I think it's a great show. I enjoy it a lot. And I can't speak on a lot of the personal stuff because I wasn't there. But I think that it was great. And I enjoyed every episode. And I can't wait for a season 2. Like Dr. Buzz said, this ain't the swan song, meaning there's more to come. And I like it. I can't wait for more. Excellent show. Everything about it, the depictions, great. I like it a lot. So definitely worth watching. And that's all I can say about that. That's all I can say about that. Excellent. All right, before we get up out of here, I hope y'all were putting in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS because I'm about to go ahead and do the Mother's Day giveaway for the channel. It's a $10 Cash App giveaway. We only got 9 entries, man. This is getting sad. I think I'm going to stop doing giveaways, man. Because people don't participate. And if you wait till the last minute, we can't keep waiting till the last minute to put it in. And then I'm waiting for everybody to put it in at the last minute. I'm going to just start going when I'm ready to go. And if you ain't put it in, that's too bad. I ain't going to do waiting till the last minute. An extra 5-10 minutes for people to put it in at the last minute. So let me go ahead and push the giveaway button. I appreciate everybody for participating. We got 9 entries. Well, I guess one of these 9 people will win a $10 Cash App giveaway. And we'll see how many people continue to come in the future. And I'm going to give it a few more times. And if it don't continue to pick up, then I'll stop doing giveaways, because now I see why most channels don't do giveaways, because people don't appreciate it. So with that being said, I'm going to hit the draw. Let's see what we got. Ron Big Lover Mitchell won again. Didn't you win already this month? Did Ron win this month already? I think Ron won this month. Did you win this month, Ron? Or was that last month? That was last month. I'm not competing with no cap this time. I wanted to win. What you mean? It was only 11 entries. This would have been your best chance to win. Ron won on Twitch. Ron is one of the few people that actually enters on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. A lot of people say they never win, but all they do is enter on YouTube. You see that symbol, that purple symbol next to his name? Because he entered on Twitch. So a lot of people sometimes say he always win, but he's doing what I said. Enter on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. You got 3 chances to win. And most people put their one name in there on YouTube, and that's it. And then they don't win, and then they get upset. So 3 out of the 11 was him. You know, exactly. You got to start putting in the entries. You got to start putting in the entries. You all should see how many times Ron has won that it works. So I don't know what more to say. If I'd have saw somebody win this many times, I would have picked up and started doing what they do. I mean, that's one of the secrets to life, is follow the habits of successful people. If he's successful at winning, you do what he does. Put yourself on a level playing field. All right. I'm going to do one more giveaway for the moms. Hopefully a lady wins for Mother's Day. Let's do it. Damian Kenny. There you go. I'm trying to have something for the ladies. There you go, Damian Kenny. You just won. Yeah, you was awake this time. You got lucky. Alright, I tried to give the ladies a chance to win. I don't know. But Damian Kenny, there you go, man. Congrats. Let me mark down the winners. I had to mark down the winners on my calendar from now on so everybody knows, so I'll know who won. Now, in case you all missed it, the new rule that started this month is only one person can win once a month. Now, you can still participate, and I appreciate it, but you can't win the prize every time it's a prize available. So, Damian Kenny and Ron, you guys have won for the month. Okay? Now, you can still participate, and I want you to still participate, but if you win, I can't give you the prize. I'll figure out something what I give people if they are a winner. Okay, your birthday tomorrow. Well, there you go. I got $10 for your birthday for you, man. All right. All right, y'all. Damian Kenny, message me on Instagram with your information for Cash App. Big Ron, shit, you know I got you as many times you won. You got my bank account info. Yeah. Definitely you can always pass it forward. And you know what? I'm going to do one more. But if any man wins, I'm sorry, it's not going to count. This is only for the ladies for Mother's Day. Alright? Only for Mother's Day. So if any man wins right now on this last drawing, it's not going to count. It's just that I can't edit people's names off of the list. So a lot of people think that I be changing or stopping stuff. I can't do anything but hit the draw button. You can see what I'm doing as I do it, because you can see my mouse moving. So this is for the ladies. This is for the moms. If you are a mom and you did not enter hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS, go ahead and do it now. I'm going to give you about another 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go ahead and push draw again. This is only for the ladies. For Mother's Day. Okay? Looks like no other moms want to enter. We'll see. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Look like there's nobody else coming. My girl Nisha Hummingbird with the win. That's what I'm talking about. Happy Mother's Day, Nisha. And message me on Instagram with your Cash App info, and I will send you $10 Cash App prize. Or you could choose a cup. It's up to you. you can get a J Moore Reviews cup. I actually got some new cups coming too. I got all the images, but they got made a little late. But it's a proud black mother image and proud black grandmother and all of that stuff. So let me know what you decide on Instagram. Message me and we'll make it happen. All right. Congrats, Nisha. Everybody, y'all have a happy Mother's Day. And I'll see y'all on the next video tomorrow when I'm going to do my first reaction for We Own the City. All right. Everybody have a great evening. And I'll talk to y'all later. Be safe. Happy Mother's Day. And I'm out of here. Deuces.
It's J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'